This tutorial is intended to help you prepare for the upcoming PARCC and CMAS tests by helping you understand how to answer different test items, as well as to show you the different tools that you can use on the test. Let's start by looking at the different features of the test. First, in the upper left-hand corner, you'll notice the back and forward arrows. These arrows are how you will navigate between test items. Once you've answered a test item, simply click the forward arrow and wait for the next item to load. You must be patient and allow the item to load. Once you answer a question, it does not automatically move forward to the next question. You must click the forward arrow. Right below the arrows, you will see some information about where you are in the test. You can track the number you are on and how many questions there are in the section here. You'll also notice the review and the flag buttons. I currently have this question flagged. Flagging a question simply tells the computer that you would like to come back and check that item again later. Even if you answer the question, the flag will remain until you remove it. The review button allows you to go back and access any previous questions and to see which questions you've answered, which you haven't, and which you flagged, and if you flagged any questions. So you can see here that I've answered number 1 and 2, I did not answer number 3, I've answered number 4, and I've flagged it. If I want to go back and answer question 3, I simply click View Question 3, and it will take me to question 3. If I want to go to question 4, I simply click View Question 4. Next to the flag and review buttons, you will see several different tools. These tools may change slightly depending on the question. Let's start with the most common tools available for the English Language Arts test. The first tool is the pointer tool. Notice that my pointer tool is currently darker than the other tools. This means that the pointer tool is currently selected. In order to choose an answer to a question, the pointer tool must be selected. Next to the pointer tool is the notepad tool. You can use the notepad tool to write notes about main idea, thoughts you might have, or even outline a paragraph. You'll notice that I have put some notes in this notepad. The notes you type in the notepad for each question will stay with that question. So if I move on to the next question, the notepad will be blank. But if I come back to this question, my notes will still be here. You can move the notepad around on the screen so that it isn't in the way of what you're reading or what you're writing. The last tool you'll see at the top of the screen is the Answer Eliminator. This is a great tool if you want to eliminate answers that you know are wrong. Simply select the Answer Eliminator, click on the answers you know are wrong or that you don't want to choose. If you change your mind, you simply re-click that option again and the red X will disappear. Once you've decided on the correct answer, you must go back and select the pointer tool and choose your answer. Notice I cannot select A or C now that I've eliminated them. My only two options are B and D. Please notice that on this question I need to scroll in 2 places. Within the text here, and on the side in order to see all of my answer options. Don't forget to make sure to read the entire selection and to check and make sure that you can see all of the options as well as the entire text area. If the text on the page is too small for you to see, you can enlarge the text on the page by clicking the Control and the plus key at the same time. If you enlarge the text, make sure you scroll enough in order to see all of the text. You can make the text smaller by clicking the Control and minus key at the same time. You can also highlight very important text. Simply select the text that you would like to highlight, and color boxes will appear at the top. You can choose whichever color you would like to highlight, and the text will turn that color. There are 2 last tools to check out in the English Language Arts test, the magnifier and the line reader, both of which are available in the user drop-down menu in the upper right-hand corner. The user drop-down menu is this little chess piece looking menu. The magnifier is exactly what it sounds like. It's a little magnifying glass that enlarges a small part of the screen. You click Enable Magnifier and it will appear, and you can drag it around the screen to magnify text, maps, or anything else. To close the magnifier, you go back to the menu and choose Disable Magnifier. The line reader is intended to help you keep track of where you are reading. You can adjust the size of the line reader and move it up and down on the page to help you read longer passages. Simply go to the User drop-down menu, choose Line Reader, use the sides to adjust the size, and then click in it and use it to read each line. To get rid of the line reader, go back to the User drop-down menu and click Hide Line Reader. Now we need to look at the Video tool. To play a video, simply click the play button. To adjust the volume, you have to wait for the video to load. To adjust the volume, you go to
Nightingale Island.
the left side and you can adjust the volume up and down here. You can pause and play the video here. This time right here shows you how much of the video has elapsed, and this shows you how much of the video is left. You can also adjust where you are in the video by dragging and moving the cursor.
Witness, and I hope that I never have to see it again.
Once a video is over, if you want to replay it, simply click the replay button. Now let's look at some of the tools that are available in the math test. These tools, again, will change depending on the item of the test. So if the tool isn't available on a certain question, that means you're not allowed to use that tool on that particular question. The first new tool is the protractor. Click on the protractor and it will appear. You can drag it around the screen and you rotate the protractor by clicking the circles on each side. The ruler is another tool that is available. Sometimes two rulers will be available, one for measuring in inches and one for measuring in centimeters. Again, you can rotate the ruler by using the circles, but you cannot change the size of the protractor or the ruler. To make them disappear, you simply click them again. 5th and 6th grade students will see a box at the right that says Exhibits. If you click on this button, a formula chart will appear. This chart is the same for every question on the test. Your teacher may also give you a printed version of this chart for you to use. If you are allowed to use a calculator on a particular question, it will appear in the toolbar, and the tool looks like this. Simply click on the calculator, complete the action that you want. Once you have the answer you want, simply close the calculator. Now let's take a moment to talk about the different types of questions you will need to answer on the PARCC and CMAS tests. I will show you each one of the different types of questions. Let's start with multiple choice and multiple select items. Multiple choice items allow you to choose one answer. These items have a circle next to each answer option. If you change your mind, the circle moves with the change. Multiple select items allow you to choose more than one answer. So it's important to read the directions carefully so that you know how many answers to choose for each item. This item says select all that apply, so I could choose all 4, 1, 2, or 3. Multiple select questions have squares next to each answer option, and when you click on it, it becomes a check mark. And notice the check marks don't move, they all stay. The next item we need to look at are drag and drop items. Drag and drop items allow you to drag answers into specific spots. If you drag something into an area and change your mind and you don't want it there, you simply drag it back out. Sometimes you'll be able to drag multiple items into one area. Sometimes you won't. If it won't allow you to drag multiple items into that area, that means you're only allowed to have one choice. Short answer questions are another item that you will have to answer. Short answer questions simply require you to type your answer in the box available. Some items will have drop-down options. Simply click the small triangle in the corner and the possible options will appear. Some items will require you to create a graph. Notice, in order to answer this question and to see all the options, I have to scroll on the far side of the screen in order to make sure I see everything. Once I decide where I want a point on the graph to appear, I simply click at that spot and a dot will appear. When I click on the next one, the two will connect themselves. If you come across a question that requires you to use a fraction model, simply use the buttons at the bottom to increase, decrease, or erase the number of fraction pieces that appear. You can also select part of the fraction and shade it. This should cover all of the different items that are available for you to take on the PARCC test. Now it's time for you to go through the practice tests to make sure you understand how to use all the tools and answer all of the questions. Good luck!